Commish Picks Week 9. Here we go. Promised that it wouldn't take long, and here it is. So, when I look at the standings, there's some big games this week. I mean, every game's pretty big at this point. We have 5 weeks left in the regular season, so teams that are on the edge of playoff contention really need to pull out some wins. So the first game is Michael's Minions 4-4 against Harding's Hitmen 3-5. These are two teams going in opposite directions. The Hitmen started the season 1-5, but have won their last two and look pretty good doing it. Michael's Minions started 4-2 and has lost their last two. But here's the difference this week. Michael this week gets McCaffrey back. Now, he's had a reasonable substitute in Mike Davis, but Mike Davis is not Christian McCaffrey. No question about it. Now, whether McCaffrey is 100% or not, I guess we'll find out. But my guess is they're not going to put him out there unless he is or close to it. And even a McCaffrey at 80% is probably as good as 95% of the backs in the league, if not more. So, and Chris Carson should be back this week too. So he's got no George Kittle, but I think either Allen Robinson or Will Fuller usually has a pretty good big game. For the Hitmen, he's got Lamar going at the Colts. His running backs this week are Chase Edmonds and JaMychal Hasty. Now, the projection for those two guys is 27 points, which is the same as for McCaffrey and Carson. But I ain't buying it. I think, I just think it could happen, but I think McCaffrey and Carson, I would take those guys every day and twice on Sunday. So give me Michael's Minions this week by 13 to win against Harding's Hitmen. Sleepy Joe 4-4 against Catalina Wine Mixin 3-5. Sleepy Joe has been pretty solid all year, and as I mentioned in the recap about a half hour or so ago, they are second in the league in scoring and have been pretty solid and strong all year long. Catalina Wine Mixin is another different story. They started the year 3-1 and have lost 4 straight. I mean, they're collapsing like a deck of cards. The Wine Mixin himself told me this week that he is going to make the playoffs, and watch out when he gets there. Those are fighting words, but let me tell you, this week he's got no Joe Mixon, no Fulgham, no Carson Wentz, no Gio Bernard. The total projection for his starters, besides Kyler Murray, is 33 points. His starting running backs this week are going to be Edwards and Gallman. He's also starting Antonio Brown, who hasn't played in 2 years. So I think this is a mismatch. Sleepy Joe's got Justin Herbert, who's been awesome. Josh Jacobs, Kelsey, Terry McLaurin. Way too much talent for Sleepy Joe, and I think this is a blowout. I look for Sleepy Joe to win by 25. No offense, Catalina Wine Mixin, but, you know, it is what it is. If I were playing Sleepy Joe, by the way, I'd probably be, you know, making him the favorite by about the same thing. And then the big game of the week is Fear the Wax 6-2 against Rollin' with Mahomes, also 6-2. These are your two division leaders. They have both won 4 straight. So this is a premier matchup. Fear the Wax, however, has a huge point scored advantage. They seem to play good defense every year too, which really, it pisses me off. I mean, it's like they're a good team, but nobody ever seems to score a whole lot against them. I don't get that. And if anything, they seem to always have one of the lowest points against numbers year after year. But as I said, they've both won 4 in a row, so no slouches here. You've got Russell Wilson for Fear the Wax, the top quarterback in fantasy, going against Patrick Mahomes, the second best quarterback. But then after that, I think Fear the Wax just has too much talent. They've got, you know, Derrick Henry and James Conner at running back versus Jonathan Taylor, who didn't do much last week. I don't know whether he's still dinged up or not, but he's not one of those guys. And then Fournette as her other running back, who, again, he splits carries with Ronald Jones. Fear the Wax has Devontae Adams, who's best receiver in football this year, I would say. So I think Fear the Wax just has too much talent, and I look for them to win by 10. That's it. Have a good week, and see you next time.